G'day. What is the point of CEO pay cuts in a time of crisis? Welcome to day 25 of the lockdown here in Malaysia. And yes, as expected, we are on lockdown now till the end of the month. So that'll be 6 weeks in total if we are lucky enough to get released at the end of this month. And one of the interesting things to me during this lockdown has been seeing all these big high-profile CEOs announcing their pay cuts. And some of them have taken 20%, some have taken 50%, some have basically gone without a salary for the next 6 months. And it kind of makes me think about what the real purpose of that is. If you're in a small company, the CEO taking a pay cut is probably enough to help you get through the next payroll and maybe help you get through just long enough to survive the crisis. But if you're the CEO of a major public company, like some of these big hotel companies, then any pay cut that you take isn't going to be the difference between your company living and dying. It's really just an act of solidarity to the team who are losing their jobs or who are all trying to take a pay cut to try and save the company. But again, the bigger the company, the more insignificant, if you like, those pay cuts really make it, because they're not the difference between lasting another week or another month, even in most cases. So if it's a matter of solidarity, then do the other staff, do the other workforce necessarily appreciate it? Because let's be honest, if you're the CEO of a major company, even doing without your salary for 6 months, you're probably still going to be okay financially. You're probably still going to have a roof over your head. You're probably still going to be able to eat. But of course, a number of their staff that are being laid off or being furloughed, not so much the case. So I wonder then if this act of solidarity really works, or is it really just a PR exercise for the sake of the shareholders and the stock price? Again, in the overall context, not going to save the company, but it's a nice thing to do, that it doesn't necessarily achieve a great deal. And if you really think about it, these CEOs at a time like this are actually probably working harder than they've ever worked in their entire life. So if you want to base it on work output, then you'd imagine they should probably get paid more at a time like this. And don't forget, a lot of these guys are also going to take a big hit in terms of their stock compensation. Their share prices are taking a tumble, and so chances are they're going to lose out a fair amount of money at the end of the year anyway. So I just think it's an interesting thing. I mean, if it is for solidarity, then do the people that you're doing it for really appreciate it or not? And then what happens if someone in the executive team, for example, doesn't want to agree to a pay cut? Because in some countries you can't force pay cuts, it has to be by consent. And so, if one person holds out in that executive team, what does that do to the solidarity and the team dynamic as well? There's always those complications. And there's different rules in different countries and different states. It's all a big jumble of mess when it comes to these payroll cuts and compensation cuts. But I just thought it's an interesting perspective to maybe think about, what are they really trying to achieve here? Are they trying to achieve solidarity? I guess that's the only logical thing. Or is it just a PR exercise? And either way, does it work? What do you reckon? Do let me know in the comments below. I thank you for your time, and I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.
That you don't know what you've got till it's gone. They paved paradise.